Maybe I have something for you in my car.
Sounds good. Why is YouTube taking a while to stream? Come on, set it up. Sorry guys, we're having a little hang up with YouTube to stream. I'm gonna have to do it again. Hold on one second. Oh, it says it is streaming. Let me see.
People look on crack. I just jump out and jump back on. I don't know if you're seeing it flash. Oh, there, it's fine now.
Channel. All right, I guess it's streaming. I'm just not able to see it on my end. So welcome everybody to Tech Tuesday. It's May 12th, 2026. Um, I apologize in advance. I did not send out a reminder email about what we're going to talk today. Sometimes broker issues pop up that I got to spend a lot of time taking care of, and I did all that yesterday, and I'm still dealing with it today. So apologize for that. But let's start off. I see everybody has their camera off except for Alicia, and she's not there. Does anybody want to come on camera and then ask if you have any questions about Metro AI, BrokerBot, or anything technology related before we get into what I want to present today?
I just got out of the car. I'm getting to my computer. I'm going to switch real quick and then I'll get on camera.
All right. What about you, Nikki? You came on camera. Did you have something you wanted to ask or?
Not specific. I'm just going through all of the different things that you teach us, kind of keeping it in compartmentalized. So I'm trying to master one at a time and apply them.
All right. Well, there's a few things I want to share today. Let me get in and share my screen. I want to do a quick review of what we got into last week. We started talking about workflows. Now, what I've created in BrokerBot, Metro AI, are keywords or triggers for you to be able to use it's basically the prompt. The prompt's already built, so you don't need to write anything. You just need to put in the trigger word. And right now I've built out three. Two you guys can use. The third one is for me, and I'll go over what the third one is, so maybe you'll want to use it as well too. But the first workflow we discussed last week was KWSDTC. What this workflow allows you to do, it's basically think of it as all the little details you need to do once you get a fully executed purchase agreement. So it'll read and summarize the contract, who's the parties, the price, the escrow, the lender. It'll extract all the key dates into a table, and it will create Google Calendar events for all with 24-hour reminders for your contingency removals, your inspection due dates, the close of escrow, the final walkthrough, all those fun things that would take a while for you to create by yourself. And then it will also draft a client-facing welcome email. Now, if you're going to use this for workflow, you'll have to create your own client-facing welcome email for each transaction that you get open. Now, this is a workflow for a purchase agreement. You can also probably customize this. Well, I take that back. I'm going to go through and create a workflow for a brand new listing agreement. So I'll preview that next week. The other thing you'll need to do is have a template for a draft to your escrow company. So whoever the escrow company is, that basically is if you're the listing agent on the purchase, you'll want to draft that. You'll probably be the one opening up escrow. So it's basically create a template and you'll be one and done. You won't need to recreate it. And then for you and your workflow, every time you open up a transaction, it'll automatically do the hard work for you. Has anybody on this call been able to use it yet? And have they used it and had items go to their calendar? Alicia says yes. She's raised her hand. Nikki says yes. Now, it's not going to be perfect. You might need to make some adjustments, but just be aware that that workflow is there. Okay, on that one. And then the next workflow is social media 8 week. So for those of you who went to family reunion this year, or if you've listened to the replay of the Gary V interview, Gary V is basically the digital maven that teaches people how to do digital output on the digital platforms we have. He said agents should be spending a lot of their time doing digital content, not social media content, but digital content. Now, why digital content? Well, the platforms are no longer Facebook where you can connect with friends and family. And if you've ever noticed recently that most of your content isn't being seen by your friends or family. And if you look at your content that goes across your screen, it's all targeted ads. So you've got to figure out how to hack the algorithm so your stuff gets out there. And the great thing about BrokerBot with this workflow is all you need to do if you decide you want to be the dominant player, let's say in Mission Valley, you can create a workflow, a social media calendar campaign in no time, in zero time, and by plugging in the workflow. So social media 8 week, you plug that in, it's going to trigger that. Once you press enter, you can put in your name, your DRE, the zip code you want to target, your phone number, your website, what your tone is, and when you want to start this. And it will generate a full 8 week content calendar with captions, post types, and call to actions. It will also create 5 Canva templates and a market report slide. It will build a weekly posting schedule. It'll draft your direct messages, email, and SMS outreach scripts. And it will deliver a hashtag package, and it's all going to be California DI compliant. So let me see if I can go through and show you when I did it. This was some of the content that it created. So just one example. Now, I had to have several iterations of this, so I had to ask it, tell it multiple times to go ahead and update my DRE number and my broker's ID number. But this is pretty good. You don't even need to worry about transferring it into Canva and modifying it. And I'm going to talk about Canva in just a second because I do have some updated information for you guys. Now this one didn't get modified and I didn't spend time modifying it. But now if you have a client that you wanted to quote something, you can actually tell BrokerBot on this particular slide, I want you to put this in the caption and who the client name is, and it will do it for you. The simpler, the better. So it's not going to be 100% perfect, but would you not agree that this is pretty good content that you can then blast out and use on your social media content? The other thing I did, oh, this one is a really good one. Now, I shared this with BrokerBot, and they're like, the BrokerBot company, and they're like, can we share this with everybody? Because the content it came up with, and it grabbed this picture from something on a listing in Mission Valley. I didn't have to grab that. So pretty good content. So here's the thing about Canva. I want you guys to remember on Canva, the training that BrokerBot gave us was there was a keyword in the Canva app to be able to go in and fix it. And unfortunately, we don't have that capability right now. And it's called Magic Layers, I believe, in Canva. So the stuff that's created in BrokerBot can't be sent to Canva to then go ahead and fix it in Canva yet. So they're working on getting that corrected. So for now, I just say create your content inside a BrokerBot, and it's pretty good content. You're just going to have to tell it multiple times. It is going to ask for your agent DRE number, your brokerage name, and your DRE number. Once you plug that in, though, it'll pretty much add to it. So here's all the stuff once I edited it. That one's not going to pop up. So even the stuff like, remember, Jacqueline sends out that weekly thing where you can go in and slide in. I just cut and pasted her stuff and put it in here and had it recreate something for me in San Diego County. So I didn't have to fix it. I just gave it all the numbers I wanted and it did it for me. So I took what she sent over, which she created in Canva anyway, and said, now pull this from the SDM, pull this from, or update this and put my contact information on it. So this was the information she gave. Now, if I don't want the whole county, let's say I want a particular area, I'll go pull that information on the area and just plug in my own. You decide what information you want to put on it, which is a great thing. Okay, any questions on that? Again, let me show you guys if you want to get into the BrokerBot community on the main screen of your BrokerBot, on the very bottom left-hand side by your name, you want to click on that and you want to join the Slack community for BrokerBot. And by going into the Slack community, what you will basically have access to in Slack community, if you're familiar with Slack, it's a work functioning way to communicate with people. You can join the command beta and join that community, and you can see all the stuff that they have coming up. And you can also participate in their webinars and be on the know what's going on in BrokerBot. Okay. Let me else go through. All right. Let me show you, for me, let me show you what I use for my YouTube shorts. Anybody here on this call doing YouTube shorts or, okay, stuff like that? So what I've done with my YouTube shorts is I've gone ahead and created a workflow to what I do is I upload my video. So I have a company, my actually Maps Coach, what she does, she has an AI assistant that will go ahead and what I do is I send her this video every week once I perform this class. And then she cuts it up into cap cuts. Let me show you this. So Ella is my coach's assistant. I send her this full 1 hour video. She cuts it into CapCut and she sends me YouTube shorts. And then what I do is I basically just copy this entire page right here. So I'll go and screenshot it. And then I come back into BrokerBot. And I'll type in the keyword YouTube Shorts of all those videos she sent me. And what it will do is it will create the description for each one of the YouTube shorts that I then upload into my YouTube account.
Did you
Yeah.
set up that trigger word?
I set it up, yes.
Okay.
So I'll show you what it sends me. So now here it is, YouTube Shorts workflow activated. It goes through all the titles of the videos that was sent to me via CapCut. And you can use this for any type of video content that you want to use. So it named the 9 videos, and I can say process all 9 at once. Now I've programmed it to be SEO and GEO maximized so that it's getting that information out there. Okay, you're being a little bitch today. I've got to go through and click change the workflow. Let me,
Your coach's
here.
assistant who does that, is that an AI assistant?
No, she has a VA.
Okay.
So here's what what it did. It created me the 9 short descriptions. So basically, this is the first one. This was the title of the video. And then this is everything that all I have to do is then cut and paste that into the description field once I upload the video into my YouTube account. And everything in there has what's in the video, what it's about. It's got the hashtags. It has the call to action. Now I'm doing this for the office to what I'm positioning KW Metro as the tech leader in the industry. And so all of this stuff is being picked up on the algorithm. So if you actually go, here's a really good thing. Let me show you. I actually did this. So I actually put in, I'm considering getting my real estate license in San Diego County. And I'm curious, what real estate office should I consider? So what that did, it put KW at the top. This was in Claude. I also did it inside Gemini. And in Gemini, asking the same question, again, KW was at top. But if you see this right here, their San Diego Metro office is particularly active in agent development and integration of new technologies. All of that is a derivative of me hacking the algorithm, creating content, putting it out there using stuff that I get from BrokerBot, stuff like this. And every time I'm posting this in the description field, I'm positioning KW Metro as the AI tech leader in a certain market. Now, what I did within the YouTube account, see if I can pull this up. This is the 1 hour training that I recorded. And I uploaded it to my YouTube account. And then I asked BrokerBot, that's my YouTube summary that I did. Actually, I got to go back and fix my summary. But I plugged this all into BrokerBot and I said, please summarize this and come up with a call to action. And all this has already been pre-programmed. So all this description in there that I've got, because I built it out over time in BrokerBot, I've got the Facebook link, the Instagram link, the LinkedIn, the YouTube shorts, the keywords, and then a call to action in there. All this came from stuff I'm doing inside BrokerBot that allowed me just to cut and paste this with the video I did.
Robert?
Yes.
So you uploaded that hour-long video to BrokerBot and it did this for you? The whole hour long?
I remember with the hour-long one, no. What I did was, sorry, my brain's not working today. My broker issues I was dealing with yesterday really wore me out. Let me think what I did.
So you
Yeah,
sent
I
the
did
hour-long.
actually. This is what I did,
Okay.
Alicia. I did. I uploaded this video to BrokerBot and I said, summarize this video. And then it also got through some of here. So let me see if I can find it in here. So see where it says all the chapters and the time stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This is an important feature they said that is important. If you have timestamps, it helps the algorithm too. Well, I wasn't going to go through and do timestamps on everything. And it got to the point, it says, well, it said, can you give me the length of the video and I'll give you some summary timestamps. So it kind of guessed it. So let me get into, Let me show you this. Where's my search? Here it is. All right, it's not going to bring that in, but I know I uploaded it. But this is going to help your algorithm to place you guys whatever market you want to consider creating content. You can hack the system and it's no longer SEO. You don't have to pay for it. You can actually put that stuff out there. But you got to create the content. So I go back to your 8-week um, ability to create the social media content. Um, come on. Why are you not working? Ugh. Here. It actually is right here. I did, Alicia. So what I did was, here's the live stream description ready to paste right now. So this was last week's video. Master the tools that work for you. It uploaded it. It gave me the agenda, thinking about joining KW Metro, and then I had to go give a summary of the video with timestamps, so the call to action. And it says it looks like it didn't come through, but I gave it the length of the video. Oh, here's what I did. I'm remembering now. I went here. I went into, does everybody know how to do a summary of a YouTube?
No.
No? Okay.
I've never done one long enough that needed a summary.
So here's what I did. Okay. I actually went into, this is an add-on. You need to add on this to, if you're going to do some YouTubes. But I went in and did a summary in Claude. And basically what Claude does, it goes through the video. I used to use ChatGPT, but now I'm all Claude. So it goes through the video, it reads the entire video, and then it will give a summary of what happened in that video. And then this entire thing is what I cut and pasted into the summary in BrokerBot that allowed me to come up with this entire cut and paste to put in the YouTube description. And that's how I'm pushing content out there to become branded as the #1 office in San Diego metro market for technology. So that's how I'm using it. Now, how would you use it? Well, in your BrokerBot, go ahead and create your 8-week summary program and craft, what do I want to be known as? And if you don't know, ask BrokerBot to interview you and go through the questions that the BrokerBot, and it will it'll summarize it. So let's say, want to position myself, and I'm going to use Korean as an example, as a top probate listing specialist in San Diego. Ask me questions so I can build out an 8-week social media content calendar. And what BrokerBot will do, it will start interviewing you. It'll start asking you, what's your name, what's your license number, what's your phone number, what's your campaign focus? Are you targeting a specific area? What's your primary audience? Do you already have a relationship with probate attorneys? How would you describe your personality, your brand? It goes through and you just answer these questions. And I know a lot of agents, when they start building out content or they start in this industry, they have trouble crafting their mission and the vision and conveying that to an audience. But with AI technology, you can actually do that now and really hone in on who your target audience is. You know, a lot of agents come in and they're very broad. We want to drill down and be very niche right now because the riches are in the niches or the niches. So figure out what your niche is and then deploy a content calendar to go after that niche. Whether it's specific zip code, whether it's a specific type of sale, whether it's probates, whether it's REOs, all that type of stuff. Okay? Does that help? So I think this week your lesson is to go back and just say, okay, let me get into BrokerBot and help me craft my message to reach the audience that I want to reach. And by spending time in there, it will help you devise that. In my few agents that I coach, one of the things that I'm doing with them this week is who sat in on Dave Norberg's class a few weeks ago when he was in? What was Dave's message about why he felt he was so successful? What was the first thing that he had to start with?
Oh, he actually worked.
Besides that, when he was coaching someone, what was the first thing he tried to work on with that person?
Keeping
Just to
track of
get
your
into
numbers.
action. Sorry.
What was it?
Green?
I was
Huh?
just, just to get into action.
Besides that,
Keeping track of your numbers.
besides that, before that,
That was just calls.
before that.
Oh, your big why.
Exactly. That's where he said when he's coaching someone and he finds that they don't have success, he says basically, well, what's your purpose? What's your why? Why are you going to do this every day? And if you remember in the MREA book, the first 121 pages talks about the big why and your motivation. You got to get that honed in first. So with my coaching people, the two people I'm coaching right now, I had them go in and get into BrokerBot and say, okay, I want you to go in and say to BrokerBot, you know, I'm having trouble or a challenge figuring out why I'm doing real estate. Can you take me through an exercise to help me formulate my why? And so BrokerBot is already programmed to help you analyze to break that down. So it'll go through a lot of questions that it'll ask you, and you feed in the questions for that. So that's one way to really use BrokerBot too, is to get in and figure out what your big why is, because it's the big why. And I'm finding, and I've been coaching since 2007 when I started in Alicia's role. And one thing I've always noticed is the people that have the most success are driven by one or two things that's catapulting them to do that and do really well in real estate. And I even have the same issues. Like I'm going through the exercise now too. It's like, well, what's my why? And you know, with some people it might just be they just need to pay rent for the next month, or they want to, or maybe want a new car, or maybe they want a down payment for a house. Your whys can change over time, and your whys can be little whys. And Gary Keller always said, if you don't have a why, just figure out something. Pick something that's going to motivate you to get out of bed every day and dredge through this business because it's a hard business to be in. Would you not agree? Yeah. So if you're challenged by your big why, I highly recommend it. The other thing I want to leave you guys with today, who listens to the MREA podcast? Perfect. Okay. If you're not, you should be. And you can access the MREA podcast on YouTube. You can access it on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon Music. But here's what I do. I access it on YouTube and I go do a summary of it. And I'm like, give me this, give me the cliff notes of what we learned here today.
Oh,
And there was a video that I summarized. So let me share my screen. So if you want to go to Millionaire Real Estate Agent or MREApodcast.com, you can listen to it online. And the one podcast I just recently listened to is Stopped Prompting, Start Delegating, Your First AI Agent with Lauren Lucas.
it's
So
so good.
that was the one I listened to. So what I did was I went to YouTube, I summarized it, I got the cliff notes, and this agent does like 300 units a year. And she says, you don't have to be a pro with technology. She says, I'm not technology a pro. She goes, I just went in and just kind of learned what AI was about. And there was another website that she told me about. Let me see where it is. Oh shoot, it's not popping in here.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
When you're asking YouTube to, or so you go to YouTube and then how do you get BrokerBot to summarize it? So you just say summarize this
No,
podcast?
I'll walk you through that.
Okay.
So it's an add-on. Okay. Write this down. It's twin.so. She recommends anybody that wants to understand AI to start there. And what she's talking about in this podcast, once you listen to it, she's talking about building an agent. So an agent, just think of it as an assistant. And you can build multiple agents for those mundane tasks that you guys do every week. And one of the things that she did with her AI agent is
The daily email?
right here. So she has an AI agent that she's programmed in Claude that goes out every morning at 7 a.m. and pulls year-over-year stats, new listings, price reductions, and FSBOs for her market. And a content agent scrapes viral hooks and trending sounds from top influencers daily. A lead agent finds expired listings and FSBOs and drafts the outreach email and directs email. Oh, one of her agents is she goes out and finds all the FSBOs and then it pulls the email addresses that are on the FSBO listing on Zillow, etc., and drafts an email and sends it out to that FSBO listing. So just think of all these little tasks. It's basically just replacing your assistant. So what are some of the mundane stuff that you do every week that you want to actually have an AI assistant do for you so you don't have to do? Think about what that is. Is there let's say you have an active listing and you want to send a daily market report to your seller, or maybe a bi-weekly market report to your seller of what are all the new listings, what are the active listings that went into pending, so the seller can see stuff like that. So think of this program as being able to do that. And so she said, go to twin.so and speak to it and say, I want to do this. How would I create that with AI? And it will actually talk to you as if you're just a regular human, and it'll walk you through it. Now let me go back to how did I do the summary? Stephanie, is that what you wanted to know?
Yeah.
So in my YouTube, right over here, now I don't know if it's in here, but if you don't see this, Google it. How do I add a YouTube summary links to my YouTube page? But over here on the right-hand side where it says YouTube summary, I just hover over this and then I pick which one of my AI ones that I want to summarize it. Now, in my case, I pay the 20 bucks a month for Claude. I used to pay 20 bucks a month for ChatGPT. I got rid of it. The industry's chat's probably going to be merged with another company because the stuff that Claude is doing is far better than what chat does. So I click on Claude right there, and then that's where I get this summary. And that's the timestamp that I then use to upload into BrokerBot to create my YouTube summary page and my segment section. So that's how I do that.
Yeah, Stephanie, if you don't know how to get the YouTube summarizer, there are extensions on Chrome. Do you know how to add Chrome extensions?
Yeah,
I just dropped a link in the chat of a video. It's like 10 minutes long that shows you how to do it.
thank you.
There's a couple
I
available.
don't know if it's accurate because I didn't obviously watch it. I just Googled it and found it.
There's
So,
one
hey.
called
I don't really watch YouTube as like very much at all. So
Oh, I'm a YouTube addict. That's all I watch at home.
I do my podcasts on like audio, like on the Apple podcasts.
So since we're streaming live on YouTube, offline, I'll show you local YouTubers that I go and take their video content and summarize it, and you could use it for content.
Okay.
But I also get, did I show you how I did my Substack and my monthly real estate market report?
No,
You did, but can you show us again, please?
Sure.
oh, I must have missed it.
So you all have access to this. So on SDAR.com, they do their monthly stats here on the right-hand side. I'm hovering over it. This will pop up, and this section right up here, the local market updates, this is for a specific zip code. I don't pull that report. I pull the monthly indicators, the housing supply, and the lender mediator report. So you click on monthly and you want to, and usually these reports will come out. This month they came out on the 10th. So it takes a time for them to do it. So I pull down the report, I view it, and I download it. So once I download this report, I upload it.
Substack article, is that what you do?
Well, I'm trying to remember, yeah, I'm stopping to use this and put it into my Substack. I've got to move that one over there. So in my Substack article, I did the San Diego market update report. So I went and uploaded all those reports. You can see them right here. And then I've already set up my own workflow. Draft me the next San Diego real estate market update for April 2026 using the same format of the one you gave me for March, and attach using the 3 attached reports. Now I'm going to go through and refine my workflow on this, where I'm just going to put in the trigger. But because I'm using a new project here, I had to teach it a little bit more. What I did was it pulled up my March 2026. And so it drew from that as well too. And it created me the April 2026 Substack article based upon the reports I gave it. And here is my Substack. And here's the report. And in the report, it helped me create this graphic. And then all I had to do was cut and paste and modify. I added some stuff in here too as well. The April 26th report. That's content that I'm creating, and I'm pushing the algorithm out there. Because even in my Substack, I'm positioning KW Metro as me as the managing broker that oversees 50 to 60 transactions a month, and why people would want to work with agents at our office. So I'm peppering that within my Substack articles. So I'm feeding the algorithm. On that MREA podcast, she also said that you can automate uh, um, a co-work in Claude to have those Substack articles created automatically and feed content out there for you guys. You can automate that too. I do it manually because I want to have more control over it, and I want to have a little bit more input about what goes into the report. Again, all this stuff is stuff that I've just learned by getting in and asking AI questions. How do I do this? How do I do that? And then it tells me what to do. It actually gives me step by step. And when I get stuck, I'll cut and paste what I'm seeing. I'm like, especially in Claude Cowork, if I'm stuck on it, I'll cut and paste it and say, this is what I see. What's my next step? That's the great thing about this technology is you don't have to be really computer savvy as much as you would be like, you have to be a computer programmer. Like you really create some stuff really easily if your tech skills aren't 100%. And I'm older than most people on this call, but I've been around computers enough to use them to know the basics to get around. And now with AI, it's getting better. So she is saying that when she travels the world, when she says she's been to 42 places to teach AI, and she says what she sees is agent adoption is not as fast as it should be. And so her mission is to help agents be much more adoptive. She did say this too, and I didn't want to say it, but I'm going to bring it up today. Agents not using AI within 18 months to 2 years, if they're not using it, it would be like an agent not having a cell phone. That is why I'm on this big push to make sure every agent in our office embraces this technology and starts using it in your business because it will separate you from those that won't. And everybody on this call has the ability to do it. If I do, you do as well. And I will scream from the mountaintops this message until people in the office understand it and start taking it seriously to integrate it into their business. It's not going to replace you, she said too. It won't replace you. Remember, you guys, did you hear that story about the person that said they sold their home in Florida using ChatGPT? You guys didn't hear that story?
No.
Well, it was in the news. Well, what the story did not reflect is that, yeah, it walked that seller through everything they needed to do in the transaction to sell it themselves. But what it failed to mention was it sold for $200,000 less than it could have sold for on the open market. So yes, AI could walk a seller through the process of doing everything to sell a house, but it's missing the key element to make sure that they're doing the right thing to get the most amount of eyeballs on it. So, all right, what's your takeaways today?
I like the YouTube add-ons so you can summarize.
Yeah, and I got to go through and clean up that workflow because it's obviously doing something wrong. I was using it for two. I used it to summarize the entire video, then I used it for my shorts. So I got to go fix that.
I like the creation of the Substack. I'm not doing Substack yet, but just the ease of how you were able to post an article using AI is huge.
Good. All right. Great seeing you guys this week. We'll see you all next week. Have a great day.